As soon as y'all come in the building. We are surviving Usher's mother. We must meditate at all times. Salute to loving myself. Arthurnates, written by the stars. Upward, Latrice, Kelly. Oh my God, Kelly, you know I be messing up. T Eagles in the building. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody coming in the building. FAFO, Deborah Temple. We must meditate. We got Usher's mother speaking up. Is she speaking out of guilt? I think that this is your fault, ma'am. You can't get mad at 50 Cent. Love Chops is in the building. We listen. Now we're gonna have to check Usher's mother, guys, and we're gonna do this very, very respectful. Shout out to Bronzo in the building, Pure Survival, GS Smooth, Kelly Butler. You know what I mean? Pamela. We in the building, guys. We got Usher's mother. This is funny. I'm sorry. Q, seeker of the truth. We about to seek the truth right now. You know, we got the freak off candles. You know what I'm saying? Everybody get your garlic ready. This is interesting, guys. So now sources close to Usher's mother is speaking out about this fight between Justin Bieber and motherfucking Usher. She's mad at 50 Cent. And she's allegedly threatening to sue 50 Cent, guys. Because 50 Cent, this is another thing that I did not know, guys. Did y'all know that 50 Cent is about ready to put out a surviving Justin Bieber and Diddy's documentary? I did not know this. 50 Cent is working on a whole documentary where it's showing Usher passing Justin Bieber off to Diddy. A whole documentary. And I've never even heard 50 Cent say that. I just found this shit out. Pure survival. So 50 Cent is going to do a documentary, and she feels like 50 Cent is exposing her for being a bad mother. Put a one in the chat if y'all think that Usher's mom knew what was happening to him. Put a two in the chat if you think Usher's mother did not know what Diddy Glover was doing to her son. Pure survival. So you mad and want to sue 50 Cent because 50 Cent came out and said the real reason why Justin Bieber and Usher was fighting. And I told y'all that Justin Bieber wasn't just fighting Usher because of him getting nailed to the cross. Getting nailed to the cross. Usher is still making money off of Justin Bieber right now. He was getting paid to sacrifice Justin Bieber's tasty cakes. And we don't give a damn, Usher's mother. How you gonna get mad when you out buying Timu wigs and shit like that, and you knew what this man was doing to your son? Pure Bible. When this man allegedly put your son in the hospital, now you mad at 50 Cent for telling the truth because it's making you look like a bad mother? That's why? Smash that like button, everybody. We are surviving Usher's mother. You know what I'm saying? Even the news is talking about what really happened between Justin and Usher.
Now, a report in the Daily Mail claims that pop star Usher, feels underappreciated by his former mentee, Justin Bieber. Why has Justin Bieber distanced himself from Usher? There's a picture of the pair of them at the moment that's gone viral where 50 Cent has had some words to say. I won't repeat it here, Kinsey, because we could get sued, but there are all sorts of unsavory allegations flying around.
You heard what she said? 50 Cent had a whole lot to say. And 50 Cent is going to put out the documentary, Pure Bible. And I hope that 50 Cent put all the parents in there. I hope he put Usher's mom in there. I hope he put Justin Bieber's mom, Patty, all of them. The parents need to be called out too. The parents need to be called out too. And this is why she's threatening to sue 50 Cent, because she know that 50's going to do this documentary.
How has Justin Bieber distanced himself from Usher? There's a picture of the pair of them at the moment that's gone viral where 50 Cent has had some words to say. I won't repeat it here, Kinsey, because we could get sued, but there are all sorts of unsavory allegations flying around.
Well, sources tell the Daily Mail that Bieber and Usher clashed at an Oscars party recently with Justin's camp, someone anonymously stressing that Usher did not protect Justin Bieber.
Y'all hear that? Usher did not protect Justin Bieber. Pure Bible. Do you hear what this freak off mermaid is saying? Look at her facial expressions. She looked like an OnlyFans chick. This OnlyFans lady is literally telling you that Justin Bieber, sources close to him, his own team is saying that Usher didn't protect his tasty cake. Pure Bible. Usher didn't protect Justin Bieber from getting his back blown out and nailed to the cross. Why would Justin Bieber's own team say that? So how can she get mad at 50 Cent if Justin Bieber's own team is saying this is why they was fighting? Pure Bible. Smash that like button, guys. Everybody get them likes up. Prayers for Justin Bieber. And we calling out Usher's mom. She's dead wrong.
Repeated here, Kinsey, because we could get sued, but there are all sorts of unsavory allegations flying around.
Well, sources tell the Daily Mail that Bieber and Usher clashed at an Oscars party recently with Justin's camp, someone anonymously stressing that Usher did not protect Justin Bieber when he introduced him into the world as a child pop star. Whether from a moral perspective or a financial perspective, maybe both, we're not certain, but Justin has struggled with his mental health as an adult and seems to resent a lot of the original team.
You see that? He resents Usher. He resents all the people that didn't look out for him. They were only looking out for their pockets. Pure survival. Justin Bieber pretty much paid for those Super Bowl skates. How you think that Usher got them Super Bowl skates? Because he's still getting checks for Justin Bieber. So you not only got me smashed, you not only got me party and passed around like a freak off frisbee, pure survival, but you're still making money off of me. And they want to downplay the reason why Justin Bieber wanted to fight Usher.
Savory allegations flying around.
Well, sources tell the Daily Mail that Bieber and Usher clashed at an Oscars party recently with Justin's camp, someone anonymously stressing that Usher did not protect Justin Bieber when he introduced him into the world as a child pop star. Whether from a moral perspective or a financial perspective, maybe both, we're not certain, but Justin has struggled with his mental health as an adult and seems to resent a lot of the original team.
Yes, I think 50 Cent knows a little bit about this, and I do wonder whether there'll be another documentary.
Y'all hear that? 50 Cent knows about it, and it's going to be another documentary, Pure Survival. Everybody smash that like button if y'all want to see 50 Cent put out the Surviving Diddy and Usher and Justin Bieber's documentary. Smash that like button if y'all want to see 50 Cent put out the documentary showing Usher giving Justin Bieber over to Diddy. I didn't even think about that. That'll be a complete genius documentary for him to highlight the inappropriateness that Diddy was doing with him. And Usher is going to be a part of it.
The original team.
Yes, I think 50 Cent knows a little bit about this, and I do wonder whether there'll be another documentary on these sorts of issues that we're touching on. Now, Sag Harbor Police have released.
Yes, it's going to be another documentary. Oh my God, this is going to be crazy. And Usher's mom is so embarrassed right now. But your son did it. Your son did it, ma'am.
You know you love me. I know you care. You don't have to call. It's okay, boy. I'm gonna be all right tonight. To the left. You know you love me. I know you care. You don't have to call. It's okay, boy. I'm gonna be all right tonight.
Look at this. And it looked like they almost about to kiss. They look like they're almost about to kiss. Pure survival. But Justin Bieber said, absolutely not. You will never put your lips on my lips again. Pure survival. Look at the anger. Look at the anger in Justin Bieber's face. You know what I'm saying? And then they try to say, oh, this wasn't a real picture. This is the moment when Justin Bieber ran up on goddamn Usher, pure survival. And Usher's sitting there looking like it ain't nothing going on. That's why he said, you don't have to call. It's okay, girl, because Diddy's going to be here tonight. You don't have to call.
To the left. You know you love me. I know you care. You don't have to call. It's okay, boy. I'm gonna be all right tonight.
All the anger and trauma. You know what I'm saying?
At Beyonce and Jay-Z's pre-Grammy party, Justin got in Usher's face, and now the real story is blowing up. People say Justin's still furious because back when he was only 14, Usher straight up gifted him to L.A. Reid like some kind of prize. L.A. himself bragged about it in his own book, calling the kid beautiful like a woman, saying his hair was a superpower.
And did you hear this? This is L.A. Reid, guys. Usher passed Justin Bieber off to this man that was talking about how beautiful Justin Bieber hair was, how beautiful his blue Chucky doll eyes was. Do you see this bowling ball head man right here? Like I said, they're all vampires. Why was he saying how beautiful Justin Bieber's eyes and hair and all this shit was? What about his voice? This was L.A. Reid right here. They all was a part of it, and Usher knew everything about it. So I don't know why his mother wants to be mad. Why weren't you mad and said anything about Diddy allegedly putting your son in the hospital? Why weren't you upset about that, ma'am? And I heard you say you were going to sue Diddy before or some shit in the past. This is wild.
At Beyonce and Jay-Z's pre-Grammy party, Justin got in Usher's face, and now the real story is blowing up. People say Justin's still furious because back when he was only 14, Usher straight up gifted him to L.A. Reid like some kind of prize. L.A. himself bragged about it in his own book, calling the kid beautiful like a woman, saying his hair was a superpower, and that he signed him on the spot. But here's the juiciest part. LA then shipped 15-year-old Justin off for 48 hours alone with Diddy, who bragged on camera they were going full buck crazy. That's the same wild, toughen up treatment Usher got as a teen, where he walked in on stuff he didn't even understand. No wonder Justin unfollowed Usher and finally confronted him. So if you haven't heard, at Beyonce and Jay-Z's pre-Grammy party, Justin got in Usher's face, and now the real story is blowing up.
The real story is blowing up. And it wasn't just, you know what I'm saying? It was a whole bunch of different things on and other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you mad at 50 Cent and your son is still having nightmares. Shout out to my baby in the building, Pure Survival. Your son is still having nightmares of Diddy bombing on
being
him.
around that man, Sean Puffy Combs, I don't sleep to this day. I have a problem sleeping to this day. Like, yo, man, I'm here to work, man. I ain't sang in a week. I mean, I'm 13 years old, and I'm telling him, look, you're going to put me in the studio, man. You got Biggie Smalls in there. You got Craig Mack in there. I'm not here to party with you. I don't want to go to the clubs. Matter of fact, I'm too young to even be in here.
Now, if you want to be mad at 50 Cent, where was you at when your son was 13 years old, Usher's mom, and he was begging this man to take him to the studio? When he told Diddy Glover, I don't want to party with you. I am 13 years old. I don't want to be in the freak off dungeon. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to continue to get my back blown out. I don't want to be nailed. I don't want to be nailed to the cross. Where was Usher's mom at then, Pure Survival, when he was begging this man to take him to the studio? You see what I'm saying? How she mad at 50 Cent? Usher saying it out of his own mouth.
After being around that man, Sean Puffy Combs, I don't sleep to this day. I have a problem sleeping to this day. Like, yo, man, I'm here to work, man. I ain't sang in a week. I mean, I'm 13 years old, and I'm telling him, look, you're gonna put me in the studio, man. You got Biggie Smalls in there, you got Craig Mack in there. I'm not here to party with you. I don't want to go to the clubs. Matter of fact, I'm too young to even be in here. Why you got me in clubs? We would fight. We would after being around that man.
You see that? I'm too young to be in here. Why you got me in clubs? Where was his mom at? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all think his mom is just as guilty as Diddy. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all don't think Usher's mom is guilty. She's mad at 50 Cent, and Usher's sitting up here talking about why this man trying to take me to a club when I'm only 13. Why you let your 13-year-old son be left alone with this man? And he knew all about what the hell what Justin Bieber was going through. Because he was going through it. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Candace Owens because she was saying it. And the industry is trying to silence Justin Bieber from telling. And Usher's being silent from telling. Does that make sense? Smash that like button, guys.
Justin Bieber suddenly crying a lot in public, often with his wife, Haley, and many people wondered what was really going on behind those tears. Some people speculated it was them and they were breaking up, but I didn't get that gut instinct. Rather, it seemed to me that as he was making his way back to God, almost back to reality, suddenly he became very emotional because that kind of happens for people that go through addictions and they're finding their sobriety and they're reflecting on who they were throughout those addictions. You will have these emotional breakdowns. And when it came to Justin Bieber, people wanted to know what were those breakdowns really about, okay? And so I'll give you just one example of what I'm speaking about. He did an interview back in 2020 with Zane Lowe. I think this was on Apple Music. And he was speaking about another young artist that was coming up, Billie Eilish, and Eilish. And he was basically speaking about how he wanted to protect her because she was now another young person, a rising artist.
And y'all remember that? When Justin Bieber was crying and he was saying he wanted to protect this other artist that was coming in the game as a young person, why didn't Usher protect Justin Bieber? The same way that Justin Bieber wanted to protect Billie Eilish because he knew what she was going to have to go through. This is why Justin Bieber is so upset because he's like, you could have protected me. You could have protected my tasty cakes. I didn't have to get back surgery. You know what I'm saying? If you would have protected me. Smash that like button, guys.
In the industry, and sort of out of nowhere, he became quite overcome with emotion. Take a listen.
Did you feel protective of her?
Yeah, I definitely feel protective of her. It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn and everyone, telling me they love me and, just turn their back on you in a second.
And your son, ma'am, was one of the people that was telling Justin Bieber that he loved him. You know what I'm saying? Was one of the people that's supposed to have been like a big brother, Pure Survival, to protect this boy. But did he protect him? No. But guess what, Usher's mom? You didn't protect Usher. You know what I'm saying? And this is why he had to turn Justin Bieber over because he was tired of getting his cakes ran through. And you want to get mad at 50 Cent? Absolutely not.
Did you feel protective of her?
Yeah, I definitely feel protective of her. It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn and everyone, telling me they love me and, just turn their back on you in a second. So yeah, it's hard because I want her to know that, she can count on me. But at the end of the day, I'm never going to force myself to be in a relationship with her. It has to be natural, right? So I just kind of, let her do her thing. And if she ever needs me, I'm going to be here for her. But yeah, just protecting those moments because people take for granted encounters and
Wow, people take for granted encounters. Everybody smash that like button for Justin Bieber for standing up and being strong and fighting against these sick demons, these vampires. And your son, all he got to do is just step up and say, yes, what happened to Justin Bieber happened to me too. That's all you got to do, Usher. But you rather hang out with Russell Simmons and Russell Simmons yoga pants and put on Russell Simmons yoga pants and meditate and act like nothing happened. There is no way that Justin Bieber was breaking down crying right here. All the money and success that he had, we knew something happened to this boy. Pure survival. You know what I'm saying? And he was breaking it all down. So Usher's mom, all of the moms need to be locked up. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all think the parents need to be arrested. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all don't think it's the parents' fault.
yeah, it's hard because I want her to know that, you know, she can count on me. But at the end of the day, I don't want to, I'm never going to force myself to be in a relationship with her. It has to be natural, right? So I just kind of, you know, let her do her thing. And if she ever needs me, I'm going to be here for her. But yeah, just protecting those moments because people take for granted encounters and yeah. So yeah, I just want to protect her. You know, I don't want her to lose it. I don't want her to, you know, go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody. So
I don't wish upon that from anybody to go through what I went through. Everybody knows that Justin Bieber is talking about Diddy. Justin Bieber is talking about these sick people in the industry that did what they did to that boy. I don't want no other young people to go through what I went through. You understand what I'm saying? This man was shocked when he was interviewing Justin Bieber. Pure survival. He had no idea that Justin was going to burst out, that he was going to burst out crying, you know what I'm saying, and start saying this stuff. This is not what the interview was about, ladies and gentlemen. But he can tell, damn, he was dealing with something inside eternally. Eternally.
people take for granted encounters and yeah. So yeah, I just want to protect her. You know, I don't want her to lose it. I don't want her to, you know, go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody. So yeah, if she ever needs me, I'm just a call away.
I'm not even kidding. Watching that clip makes me emotional because he is saying so much without really saying anything. Protect Billie Eilish from what? From who? What is he so...
Exactly. What was he so concerned of? Protect Billie Eilish from what? Protect Billie Eilish from who? You see what I'm saying? Protect from who? That's how you know that these people was inappropriately doing stuff to these young people. You know what I mean? Protect her from who? These are people that's supposed to be helping these people dreams come true. No, their dreams turn into nightmares. And Usher knew all about this. Smash that like button, everybody. We got 1,000 people in the building. We should have 1,000 likes.
Clip makes me emotional because he is saying so much without really saying anything. Protect Billie Eilish from what? From who? What is he so concerned about when he sees this young person in the industry? What exactly did he go through? Well, I think I have an idea because just 2 years after being a 13-year-old, getting his entire career, seeing this little hopeful, joyful, young 13-year-old, Justin Bieber turned 15, and it suddenly seemed that Hollywood was keen to almost initiate him. I think that's the right word. Like there was almost like this initiation that he needed to go through. So I want you to be now super uncomfortable and watch this video of an interaction between him and none other than Diddy.
Now you see this? This was an initiation. It's an initiation ritual that they take you through. Smash that like button.
15-year-old Justin Bieber turned 15, and it suddenly seemed that Hollywood was keen to almost initiate him. I think that's the right word. Like there was almost like this initiation that he needed to go through. So I want you to be now super uncomfortable and watch this video of an interaction between him and none other than Diddy. Take a listen.
Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
What we're doing and where we're going, it can't be disclosed. But it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream, pure survival. How many 15-year-olds are dreaming to go to this mysterious place that Diddy wanted to take you at that you ain't allowed to tell nobody? Where are the parents at? Usher's mom, where was you at? Where was Patty at? Justin Bieber's mom, pure survival. How come y'all know where they was going? To Epstein's Island, to Diddy Glover's freak off island. Now we know where he actually went. Now that all of this Epstein stuff came out, I believe that he was on Epstein motherfucking island. And they was doing a humiliation ritual, sacrificing his tasty cakes. You know what I'm saying? Prayers for Justin Bieber, guys. Everybody should smash that like button. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm glad that Justin Bieber it's all coming out now. It's all starting to come out. It's all starting to come out.
You ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
Wow.
I have been given custody of him. He signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when
You hear that? So Diddy just pretty much snitched right in this video. Usher's mom is upset, but you gave legal guardian of Usher to Diddy Glover. To Diddy Glover. You know what I'm talking about? He didn't even have legal guardianship of Justin Bieber just yet. And Usher knew that Diddy Glover wanted Justin Bieber. And he said it out of his mouth. Whatever I want, I have to get. Whatever I want, I have to get. And Usher knew, if I want this alleged predator to leave me alone and stop having to wrestle and fight over cereal, all I gotta do is turn over Justin Bieber. Turn over Justin Bieber's cakes. And this is why Justin Bieber swung on him at Beyonce and Jay-Z's freak off event. They got a nerve to be doing the Oscars freak off party. The word party shouldn't even be coming out of Jay-Z or Beyonce's mouth. Bible. Only thing that should be coming into Beyonce's mouth is toothpaste. It's toothpaste. But smash that like button, guys. We're getting to the meat and the freak off potatoes. The meat and the freak off potatoes.
Where we hanging out and what we doing, we can't really disclose. But it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. I have been given custody of him. He signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
Wow. What the hell is that? Smash that like button. Look at this little innocent Justin Bieber had the little Justin Bieber hairstyle. They put that baggy ass fitted hat on his head. Pure survival. I know that hat was it was heavy as hell. And it probably had drugs in that fitted hat. It probably had drugs in that fitted ball cap. You know what I'm saying? And he just threw it on Justin Bieber's head and said that we are going to go buck fool crazy. Can somebody tell me what buck fool crazy is? Put a one in the chat if y'all think that that was Diddy saying that I'm going to go crazy on his cakes. I'm going to go butt fool crazy. Put a two in the chat if y'all think that's just an innocent way of talking to a goddamn 2-year-old. Justin Bieber look like he 2 years old. His motherfucking fitted hat look like it's 10. Y'all got to get them likes up. It's 1,300 people in the building, guys. We're going buck fool crazy. Buck fool crazy. Why would you want to go buck fool crazy? Why would you want to go crazy with a kid anyway? Smash that like button.
I have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So, and we gonna go full, buck full crazy.
Going crazy.
Wow.
So young Justin Bieber, who was signed by Usher, involved with Scooter Braun, now all of a sudden he's being put in the hands of Diddy, who, it is true, he became the legal guardian for Usher. You can look up all of the allegations of what Diddy did to Usher. A lot of this coming out via multiple lawsuits that essentially, if we were to put it in a nice context, or at least use a euphemism for something that's really disgusting, the allegations are essentially that Diddy very much initiated Usher into Hollywood. And as
wow. Put a one in the chat if y'all agree with Candace Owens that Diddy initiated Usher into Hollywood. Put a two in the chat if y'all don't think that Diddy did some type of initiation, voodoo, ritual type of shit on Usher. That's why he knew what to do with Justin Bieber. Once he got that legal guardianship of Justin Bieber, it was over for him. He had no chance. And ma'am, Usher's mother, Usher had no chance once you gave him to Diddy. You just wanted the money and the Timo wigs. That's all you wanted was the money and the Timo wigs. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, you can look up all of the allegations of what Diddy did to Usher. A lot of this coming out via multiple lawsuits that essentially, if we were to put it in a nice context, or at least use a euphemism for something that's really disgusting, the allegations are essentially that Diddy very much initiated Usher into Hollywood. And as we are going through these lawsuits and Diddy is in prison, we are recognizing that everybody knew this was an open secret about what Diddy was doing. So it just begs the question, who allowed Justin Bieber to be in the presence of this man knowing what he was up to, allegedly?
And answer that question. Knowing what Diddy Glover was doing, because they said in the industry, they knew what Weinstein was doing. They knew what Clive Davis and Clive Davis shitty diapers was doing. They knew what Diddy Glover was doing. They knew what Epstein was doing. So who allowed this boy to go with him, knowing what he was doing? That was normalized in the industry. The parents that was just worried about the money. You know what I mean? It's 1,400 people in the building, guys. Everybody double tap that screen and smash that like button. You know what I'm saying? Because this could be Jay-Z or one of them people in the industry. They letting all the people come in and then they keep taking y'all out. They keep letting y'all come in and keep pulling y'all out because they know the truth is coming out. And I'm going to keep telling it.
Allegations are essentially that Diddy very much initiated Usher into Hollywood. And as we are going through these lawsuits and Diddy is in prison, we are recognizing that everybody knew this was an open secret about what Diddy was doing. So it just begs the question, who allowed Justin Bieber to be in the presence of this man knowing what he was up to? Allegedly up to. That seems to be very clear, that there is some veracity to those claims. Anyways, I want to also just show you this montage. This is a montage that was shared by Evie Magazine. They do great work on their TikTok of Justin Bieber, again, just 15 years old, in Hollywood, surrounded by a bunch of adults. And you let me know if any of this registers to you as normal. Take a listen.
Look at this. Is this normal for this boy to be like 13, 14 years old? This girl, this demon woman, she's palming Justin Bieber's tasty cakes live on stage. Put a one in the chat if y'all think that this is inappropriate. Put a two in the chat if y'all think that this is appropriate. This is all the way of the way that they initiate you in the industry. He's a little kid. This grown ass woman's palming his ass. You know what I'm saying? Doing some perverted stuff like these school teachers been doing to these young kids. And she's doing it on national television. And when we look at it now, we like, how is this being allowed to happen? How is this being allowed to go on? All of these people are predators.
Hollywood surrounded by a bunch of adults, and you let me know if any of this registers to you as normal. Take a listen.
Wow.
I feel violated right now. Wow.
Wow. He said, wow, I feel violated right now. You got this grown ass woman sticking her fingers in your tasty cakes live on stage. Shout out to Dow Baby. Dow Baby been a member for 10 months during survival. She's a pure stone cold survival member. There's levels to survival. She's a pure stone cold survival member. Shout out to her. This is awful. Yes, you know what I'm saying? Dow Baby. And he even said that he felt violated. He felt violated as it was happening.
I feel violated right now. Wow.
Just lean into me again. You smell amazing. How old are you?
Thank you.
How old are you?
I'm 16. I'll be 17 in like 2 weeks.
I don't ever remember smelling that good at 16. Like that was bad.
Yeah.
Wow, look at your eyes.
Wow, why is this grown Chris Farley looking motherfucker Pure Survival rubbing on this boy's face? With doodle, I know that this man's fat fingertips stink like a motherfucker Pure Survival. Putting in this boy's face at 15 years old. All in his face, talking about how beautiful he is. Talking about, wow, you smell so good. Wow, you smell so good. Knowing you got poop and doodle residue all in your fingertips. Pure Survival, all in your fingertips. And you're putting it all in his face. Where was Justin Bieber's mother at? Pure Survival, where was Usher's mother at? You got so much to say right now, threatening to sue 50 Cent for telling the truth. Your son took Justin Bieber over to these sick people knowing that he dealt with this. Now, Usher was a victim too. I don't take that away from him. But Usher is older now. Justin Bieber is older now. Justin Bieber's been crashing out, getting high, cracked out of his mind, methed out of his mind because of the things that he went through that he has to still live with. And then Usher still getting money off that song, One Time, I'ma Tell You One Time, and other music. He's still getting paid for. So yes, Justin Bieber crashed out on Usher over money, but also getting his back blown. Also getting nailed to the cross. Y'all got to get them likes up, guys. It's 1,400 people in here. We are protecting the children. Everybody need to double tap that screen. You know what I'm saying? This is sexual harassment. This is sexual harassment and predatory behavior.
I feel violated right now. Wow.
Just lean into me again. You smell amazing. How old are you?
Thank you.
How old are you?
I'm 16. I'll be 17 in like 2 weeks.
I don't ever remember smelling that good at 16. Like that was bad.
Yeah.
Wow, look at your eyes. Look at that beautiful face. All right, now it's time to...
Would you rather have to be naked on stage during one full song, or drink a cup of blended worms?
Now, why are these cougars? Justin Bieber, like 3 years old right here, surrounded by all these desperate housewives, all of these desperate cougars, asking this little boy, talking about, would you rather be buck-ass naked on stage in front of us, or in front of the world, or do you want to drink a cup of worms? Why would you, no little kid want to drink a cup of worms? You know what I'm saying? They're trying to force this little boy to get buck ass motherfucker naked. These are grown, desperate housewives. Do this woman laid up right here look like she has any more kitty cat left? Pure survival. Don't she look like her back been blown out? She's been ran down on so many different by so many actors in Hollywood. Look at her. She's on the couch with no back. Look at her. Baby got no back. Ally, chicka, 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 ally. Baby got no back. Her back is already blown out. Then you got the desperate housewives with the the fake roginas, the fake like roginas that they done went and got surgery put on because of the vaginas they was born with is gone and blown out and funky. Look at these desperate housewives. I'm there trying to rape them. They're all trying to party, Justin. This is crazy. Why would you ask a little boy that?
You have to be naked on stage during one full song, or drink a cup of blended worms. Answer Justin Bieber.
I have like little girl fans. I can't go.
And Justin Bieber was so respectful, guys. Smash that like button. He says, I have little girl fans. I have little girl fans. I don't want to get buck ass naked. I respect my little girl fans. I'm not getting naked for y'all desperate housewives. Pure survival. You know what I'm talking about? All y'all husbands is somewhere on a freak off island with some young girls. Pure survival. And y'all are up here cougering off trying to get a young boy. We see through Hollywood, man. This is so demonic and sick.
One full song, or drink a cup of blended worms. Answer Justin Bieber.
I have like little girl fans. I can't go.
You know I got balloons. Get that
Hey, this is a brand new. Has your mom given you the sex talk yet?
I mean, like, I really don't want to have that conversation with my mother.
Yeah.
Do y'all hear this? Justin Bieber shut down reporters at the Grammys after getting asked about sex. So Justin Bieber was like 7 or 8 years old at the Grammys, and these 3 grown, sick, freak-off vampires asking this boy about sex. Asking him about sex. Justin Bieber said, I don't even like to talk to my mom about that. Pure survival. Why are these total strangers to Justin asking him about pounding when he's like 7 years old right here? I'm telling you, it's a ritual, and this is what they were doing to him. Sending him from demon to demon. Y'all should be asking him about his music and shit like that. No, they asking him about sex.
Has your mom given you the sex talk yet? I mean, like, I really don't want to have that conversation with my mother.
Yeah.
I've kind of had it with my father.
You want to hear? Oh, really? See, my parents never gave me the sex talk.
Okay.
That last one is really just the sickest, asking a young teenage boy whether or not he's had the sex talk. Like, he's doing a media hit on a radio, and she's asking him as one of the questions, like, have you had the sex talk? This is Hollywood for you guys. This is what I've been speaking to you about, and it has just become so unbelievably clear that it is dark and it is demonic. And so it's not...
Put a 1 in the chat if y'all agree with Candace Owens that Hollywood is dark and demonic. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all disagree. And make sure y'all put the garlics in there. Shout out to Deborah Temple for putting the garlic in the chat. Why are y'all asking my kid about sex when y'all should be asking him about his music? Y'all should be asking him about his homework. Y'all should be asking him about his crayons and coloring books. No, they do it to you while you're young to get you ready. Like, look, you're going to be a part. You're going to be one of us.
Asking a young teenage boy, whether or not he's had the sex talk. Like, he's doing a media hit on a radio, and she's asking him as one of the questions, like, have you had the sex talk? This is Hollywood for you guys. This is what I've been speaking to you about, and it has just become so unbelievably clear that it is dark and it is demonic. And so it's not exactly shocking that within no time, Justin Bieber was hooked on drugs. Okay. He spoke about this openly. He was reflecting on this time period, saying that he first became dependent on marijuana when he was 13 years old. And then thereafter, he found himself, quote, sipping lean, popping pills, doing Molly, shrooms, everything throughout.
Wow. So Justin Bieber started smoking where they do the most good. I come from the hood where they do the most good. You know what I'm talking about? And in the hood, the first thing you do is smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? And drink 40s. I remember I was 16 years old and I drank my first 40, 15 or 16, and the whole room spent. The whole room spent pure survival. I was drinking a 40. I felt like this. The whole room was spinning this shit. You ever drink a 40? I'm like, what the fuck? I feel dizzy as a motherfucker. Look, I'm about to make y'all dizzy. This is how I felt when I was 15 when I had my first 40. God damn. Oh, my St. Eyes. Now I'm dizzy as hell. And then you got some places like in trailer parks and places like that. The first drug they get on is heroin. And some of them kids be doing heroin with their own parents, pure survival. You know what I'm saying? That's in the impoverished part of white America. But usually in the hood, first thing you start doing is weed, drinking beer, then you start drinking liquor and shit. You know what I'm saying? But some communities jump straight into heroin and shit like that and be putting shit in their veins with their kids, which is crazy. Shout out to Mr. Rick. Just hit that super chat. But Justin Bieber hit the blunt before I did. I didn't start smoking weed till I was like 17. And I stopped smoking weed at 19. I don't got nothing against weed, but weed, that shit get me too high. I can't handle the shit. I'll be like, I'm high as a motherfucker. Please, God, take this away. I won't smoke this shit again. So I can't do it. Like I'm like high off life type person. But Justin Bieber was smoking weed. He started doing lean. He started doing all these drugs at 13 because that's how bad they had him messed up in the head. That's how you know the shit is crazy. Smash that like button.
And so it's not exactly shocking that within no time, Justin Bieber was hooked on drugs. Okay. He spoke about this openly. He was reflecting on this time period, saying that he first became dependent on marijuana when he was 13 years old. And then thereafter, he found himself, quote, sipping lean, popping pills, doing Molly, shrooms, everything throughout his teenage years. And we can definitely bet, after having seen some clips of him partying with Diddy and learning of what these lawsuits are alleging, that essentially there were drugs that were intentionally put in the drinks, that there was this pink cocaine. You know, we've gone through a lawsuit plenty of times. We can imagine that perhaps Justin Bieber was introduced to some drugs that he didn't even know that were being introduced to him. But all of that changed.
And that's crazy. Introduced to drugs, not even knowing it's being introduced to you. Shout out to FBA Kush, Pure Survival. FBA Kush has been a Pure Survival member for 3 months. And he's been surviving. He said, cry with me, Jamil. Man, dude, I am so cried out right now. You know what I'm saying? That is so hard for me to even cry. But I'm going to cry with you next time. For real. You know what I mean? Shout out to Love Chops. Love Chop has been a member for 4 months. Pure Survival. Salute to all my members coming through. You know what I'm saying? And then Usher going to have a nerve to say that Diddy and Justin Bieber's secret gay love affair, he was older and it was consensual. And said, go look at the video with Justin Bieber giving head to Odell Beckham on the dance floor. I think that Justin Bieber was drugged out when he was giving head on the dance floor. Diddy was even there when he was giving head on the dance floor. You know what I'm saying? So that wasn't even Justin doing it on his own. They drugged him. Smash that like button, guys. Y'all remember when he was giving the head right here? And Diddy right there.
This is for the winners in the building.
See, and when Justin Bieber was going down there making Odell Beckham Wiener disappear, Trey Songz stood right here as they drugged Justin Bieber. They drugged him to get down on his knees, you know what I'm saying, and polish their wieners so they could record Justin before Justin came out and told on them to humiliate him. That's what they did. See, it's like they didn't. You can look at Justin Bieber's face. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all think Justin Bieber is high right here. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all think he's sober. Cause to me, he looked high as a motherfucker. Justin Bieber looked like he high and he feeling like, damn, I'm caught. Damn, I'm caught. They didn't even give me time to wipe my mouth off. You know what I'm saying? This was purposely done. This was purposely done. This does not mean because he was giving them head on the dance floor that he wanted to do this. He was drugged up out of his mind. You can see the face that he had like, damn, I'm caught. And that's just crazy. They had him going to town like that. And then you see, next thing you know, Justin Bieber drugged up out of his mind. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all think that this man is drugged right here. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all think that this Justin Bieber is sober right here. I'm literally starting to think that they're trying to unalive Justin Bieber and then put a clone Justin Bieber out there. Because like I said, Justin is ready to tell. And imagine if Justin Bieber gets on this 50 Cent documentary and expose Diddy and Usher. Because 50 Cent's supposed to do the documentary. I just found out. But if he get Justin Bieber to tell the story, oh my God. You don't even understand what Justin Bieber is singing right there. You know what I mean? You just an idiot bitch. You just an idiot bitch. You know what I'm saying? You knew what Diddy Glover and them did to that boy.
But Usher, in his own words on the Howard Stern show, like when I tell you guys, these demons hide in plain sight, like Diddy, he said on Howard Stern, Puffy would have his parents send him to flavor camp at 13 years old. Your parents are sending you to a camp with a grown man, Pat. I know, I'm around you all the time. I know we're your kids. And
y'all hear that? The parents is sending him with a grown man. And this is why Usher's mom is upset right now because 50 Cent is exposing it. But let's talk about the fact that you was a grown adult and you sent your young 12, 13-year-old to this man and did not pay attention to him.
But Usher, in his own words on the Howard Stern show, like when I tell you guys, these demons hide in plain sight, like Diddy, he said on Howard Stern, Puffy would have his parents send him to flavor camp at 13 years old. Your parents are sending you to a camp with a grown man, Pat. I know, I'm around you all the time. I know we're your kids, and I know you trust me, and I love you. Would you ever send your 13, would you send Tico?
Stop it.
Are you freaking nuts? I don't care how famous he is. And in this interview, Rob, you didn't have to play, he says, Howard Stern's like, oh, I bet you there was girls and orgies. And he's talking to him as he's 13, and he said, there was very curious things happen. And then you got a video of Usher and Diddy in his bedroom with Kevin Hart, and he's interviewing him. And he said, I would wake up in the morning with Usher in the morning, then he catches himself, and it's a moment where they're all laughing and it's all a joke. But Usher,
and where was Usher's mom at right there when he was waking up in bed at 13 wrestling Diddy Glover buck ass naked, having a freak off pajama party? Where was she at then? You see what I'm saying? It's wild.
Because I think if a victim comes out against Usher, it'll show how egregious this shit is. Because if he can be a predator, then anybody can be a predator.
Can't smile in your face the whole time.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, people look at Usher, they don't see that. They're not seeing the victim. They're not seeing that boy that got rushed to the hospital. They're not seeing what the intentions was in his heart when he took Justin Bieber there.
Oh.
Let's be honest. He took Justin Bieber there. Diddy had been trying to get to Bieber for a minute. And his management was backing him off. But it wasn't until Usher took over management and had guardianship and gave temporary guardianship to the diddler for 48 hours. Think about that.
Think about that. Think about that. That was all a setup. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all think it was all a setup to give Usher, for Usher to give Diddy, to give Justin Bieber to Diddy. You know what I'm saying? And that's why Usher was trying to make up the reason why Justin Bieber didn't want nothing to do with him no more.
Why didn't things work out with Justin Bieber?
You know what? They did work out with Justin. You know, I honored and recognized that my brother, you know, he you know, I think that it might have been the fact that he was just, you know, wanting to tell a different story right now, and I understand that.
You hear that? Like Usher said, I understand my brother wants to tell a different story. What's the different story between Usher's story and Justin Bieber's story? He's saying he understands that Justin Bieber wants to tell a different story than him. Yes, because Justin Bieber wants to tell the truth, Usher, and you don't want to. Smash that like button, guys. Everybody smash that like button, man.
Why didn't things work out with Justin Bieber?
You know what? They did work out with Justin. You know, I honored and recognized that my brother, you know, he you know, I think that it might have been the fact that he was just, you know, wanting to tell a different story right now, and I understand that. But we did have a brief conversation, and you know, we're gonna do something else in the future, but there's no love lost or anything like that.
Why didn't think?
And then he was lying, talking about we're gonna do something in the future. Look what happened in the future. This is what happened in the future, Usher.
You know you love me. I know you care. You don't have to call. It's okay, boy. I'm gonna be all right tonight. To the left. You know you love me. I know you care. You don't have to call. It's okay, boy. I'm gonna be all right tonight.
This is what's gonna happen in the future, Usher. You said that you and Justin Bieber was going to come together and do music. Pills of Bible. You said that y'all were going to come through and work together. Justin Bieber got that look on his face right now like, Usher, you going to have to let it burn. Pills of Bible. He got a hold of Usher. He's like, you done let these people fire my cakes up. And you still making money off of me. Pills of Bible. When are you going to make your confession? You made your confession when it came to Chili from TLC. Bible, why don't you make your confession? Tell them what Diddy Glover did to you, because I'm going to tell. I'm going to tell. Bible, so you can have your mom try to stand up for you, Usher. You can try to have them Super Bowl skates stand up for you. I paid for them Super Bowl skates with the money that you're still making off of my records. Bible, you can look at this picture and you can picture what he's saying. What he's saying. You can literally see it. All the cereal and all the milk that you had to fight Diddy for. Why would you take me to the dungeon, Usher? When you knew I had to fight over Lunchables. When you knew that Diddy, I had to lay in the bed full of baby oil. You knew all of this. and you're still friends with these demons. These are the things you can literally just read between the lines. Smash that like button. And Usher's mom, oh my God. You was talking about suing Diddy for doing something to your son years ago, and they paid you off. They paid you off. Allegedly, you got paid off not to take Diddy to court for putting Usher allegedly in the hospital. Don't you remember this? Usher's mom, even Diddy's bodyguard, Gene Deal, and Gene Deal's kneecaps said that Diddy put your son in the hospital.
Puff and Usher did have a situation, and that situation led Usher to the hospital. Now I let Usher explain that to y'all.
Chill, y'all better get a chair for this one because Usher's mom, Jonetta Patton, just stepped into the chat and put Diddy on blast for molesting Usher when he was only 14 and putting him in the hospital. Not only did Usher end up in the hospital fighting for his life, but medical records also proved that he was infected with STDs.
Wow. Now y'all see this? Even Usher was infected allegedly with herpes by Diddy. And she was going off about it, but they paid her off.
Puff and Usher did have a situation, and that situation led Usher to the hospital. Now I let Usher explain that to y'all.
Chill, y'all better get a chair for this one because Usher's mom, Jonetta Patton, just stepped into the chat and put Diddy on blast for molesting Usher when he was only 14 and putting him in the hospital. Not only did Usher end up in the hospital fighting for his life, but medical records also proved that he was infected with STDs, which people believe that Diddy gave him after having multiple freak-off sessions together. What's even crazier about this story is that Diddy's ex-wife Kim Porter was gonna spill the tea about all this in her tell-all book, but
and Kim Porter, smash that like button for Kim Porter, guys. Rest in peace to her. Put your prayer hands up. She was the one coming out with a book that was going to expose what Diddy allegedly was doing to Justin Bieber and Usher. And put a 1 in the chat if y'all think that Diddy gave Usher herpes. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all don't think that Diddy gave Usher herpes.
only did Usher end up in the hospital fighting for his life, but medical records also proved that he was infected with STDs, which people believe that Diddy gave him after having multiple freak-off sessions together. What's even crazier about this story is that Diddy's ex-wife Kim Porter was gonna spill the tea about all this in her tell-all book, but just before she finished up with the book, Diddy found out and unalived her. Apparently, Jonetta wanted to tell us everything a while ago, but she didn't do it because she was just as scared of Diddy taking out her life like he did to Kim. Okay, so as most of y'all already know, this ain't the first time these types of allegations about Diddy touching Usher inappropriately have come up. However, people have been doing a lot of digging recently because of how everything that Diddy has been getting accused of has been coming up, and baby, the receipts are more than enough for him to be thrown in jail. Not
more than enough receipts. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all think that Diddy smashed Usher. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all don't think he smashed Usher.
Y'all probably wondering how the hell Usher even ended up in Diddy's hands at such a young age in the first place. Well, when Usher was just 14 years old, L.A. Reid introduced him to Diddy. After a few conversations, Diddy agreed to take Usher under his wing and mentor.
Look how he's looking at him. Oh my God. Diddy is looking at Usher like one of his bottom bitches. Bible. Look at how he's looking at this boy. You supposed to be focused on taking a picture. He's looking at Usher like a ice cream freak, like a freak off ice cream sundae. Look at him. Why ain't Diddy looking at the picture? Why is he looking down at Usher's nose like, ooh, I like that nose. Oh, I like that big long nose. Pierce her Bible. Ooh, I like that nose. And he looks all innocent and vulnerable. All innocent and vulnerable. This is wild, guys. Like, it's all in plain view now. In plain view. Diddy could never keep his eyes to the camera when he got around the ones that he really was like into.
first place? Well, when Usher was just 14 years old, Ellie Reed introduced him to Diddy. After a few conversations, Diddy agreed to take Usher under his wing and mentor him into becoming a superstar. At the time, Diddy was running a mentorship camp called Puffy Flavor Camp, where he mentored a bunch of young artists into becoming superstars. Some of these artists included Mary J. Blige, Lil' Kim, and many others. So at just the age of 14, Usher moved all the way to New York to live with Diddy. And in case y'all are wondering if he was living in the same house that these freak-off parties happened in, you definitely guessed right, because it was the exact same house. This means Usher saw everything Diddy was doing and even participated at only 14 years old. In fact, Usher himself later admitted in an interview that Diddy exposed him to some bizarre things that he had no business being involved in at that age.
Moved to New York City. And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you
New
over
York
to
City.
something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp?
Yeah, that's what.
Puffy Flavor Camp. What was the Flavor Camp for, guys? Why did Diddy Glover even have some shit called Puffy Flavor Camp? That already sound perverted. Smash that like button, guys.
Lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you
New
over
York
to something
City.
called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp?
Yeah, that's what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you
I
seeing?
went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was.
He said that he doesn't know. Usher mom, if you watching this, your son was 13 years old, and he said he don't even know how to even describe what he was even seeing. Like it was that graphic. Shout out to Boss Queen, just hit that super chat, pure survival. You know what I'm saying? So you know that he was seeing things that was very traumatizing, very graphic, very disgusting. You know what I'm saying? Because he couldn't even describe it. That's how graphic it was.
You're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you
I
seeing?
went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried. And your parents were
Mary J.
okay?
Blige, they didn't know nothing about this.
Oh.
I was having a good time, you know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
When he was asked if he would ever allow any of his kids to go to Diddy's Flavor Camp for mentoring, he said no.
Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
I don't know about you.
So what happened at Diddy Glover's Freak Off Flavor Camp that Usher wouldn't even send his own kids to? You know what I'm saying? You know how in certain places or certain things you've been through or like the good stuff, and you're like, yeah, I want my kid to go through this. You know what I mean? This is a nice program. That shit was so crazy that the boy didn't even want to send his own kids to it.
Chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
When he was asked if he would ever allow any of his kids to go to Diddy's Flavor Camp for mentoring, he said no.
Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
I don't know about y'all, but the fact that Usher was so quick to say no really speaks volumes for me. Because if he was just mentored into becoming a star, then why wouldn't he want the same for his kids? As if that ain't bad enough, there was also a video that went viral of Diddy slipping up and revealing the time that he and 14-year-old Usher would sleep together on the same bed every night. But he quickly caught himself and backtracked.
That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, I mean, damn, pause, but like, that's out.
You heard that? He caught himself. We used to wake up in bed, and he was like, oh, shit, damn, pause. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't like to wake up in bed, with my own motherfucking kids, 13, 14 years old. Get to go in your own goddamn room. You know what I'm saying? He waking up in the bed, buck ass naked with this 13-year-old boy every morning, and you trying to tell me that he didn't smash? You know what I'm saying? And we already found out what kind of dude Diddy Glover is. He broke that boy's virginity, and this is why he don't want to tell. And Justin Bieber wants to tell.
Bad enough, there was also a video that went viral of Diddy slipping up and revealing the time that he and 14-year-old Usher would sleep together on the same bed every night. But he quickly caught himself and backtracked.
That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, damn, pause, but like, that's not. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my bro.
He was 10 years old, so he wasn't even 13. What the hell was this vampire in bed with this 10-year-old for? This is just crazy.
Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the frosted flakes because he used to always get up early. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world.
Yo, what the f did Puff just say?
But it gets even worse because people dug up an old interview that Usher had with Essence magazine back in 2005, and he had some very interesting things to say. According to the article, Usher was super chill during the whole interview until he was asked about the things that happened while he was studying at Diddy's house. Usher revealed that the things he went through in that house were really bad, and that he will only ever talk about it when he's ready to write a tell-all book. He said, "I want to save some ish for my book one day. I'll put it this way, there was a lot of X." Now, when Usher said he was planning to write a book, I got a little scared because we all know what happens to people who attempt to write a book about Diddy.
And that's the whole thing. Usher was supposed to be writing a book. And I bet you Justin Bieber was probably happy, like, okay, you ready to tell. All of a sudden, he's not writing that book now. Smash that like button.
That house were really bad, and that he will only ever talk about it when he's ready to write a tell-all book. He said, "I want to save some ish for my book one day. I'll put it this way, there was a lot of X." Now, when Usher said he was planning to write a book, I got a little scared because we all know what happens to people who attempt to write a book about Diddy. Erica Kennedy wrote a book about Diddy, and she was found dead in her home a few months later. Kim Porter was also writing a book about him and was found dead too. And while we're on the topic of Kim Porter's book, I want to tell y'all about a very disturbing email from one of the publishers who was helping in writing the book that just went viral online. According to the publisher, Kim's book went into detail about how Diddy used to force Usher into getting intimate with him and even infecting Usher, who was still just 14 years old at the time, with an STD. The email.
See, and that's why I believe it's a good thing that Usher didn't come out with the book. Because everybody that come out with a book, what they do, they mysteriously get unalive, they mysteriously get pneumonia, things like that. And that's why this woman has no room to try to come at 50 Cent when he was going through all of this. You weren't there, ma'am. You weren't. This is crazy.
About how Diddy used to force Usher into getting intimate with him and even infecting Usher, who was still just 14 years old at the time, with an STD. The email also revealed that Usher's mom wasn't aware that Usher was being manhandled by Diddy in freaky ways until she found out her son was in the hospital with an STD. She reportedly went off on Diddy, and they had a very explosive fight about it. The email read, "Some of the things in the book cover Diddy's gay relationships, footage of those encounters, the men he slept with, STDs, Diddy giving Usher an STD, and the explosive encounter between Diddy and Usher's mom."
See, so Diddy allegedly gave these people STDs. Usher mom flipped out about it, but why she didn't go forward with it? Because in my opinion, they paid her off. That's why.
with an STD. She reportedly went off on Diddy, and they had a very explosive fight about it. The email read, "Some of the things in the book cover Diddy's gay relationships, footage of those encounters, the men he slept with, STDs, Diddy giving Usher an STD, and the explosive encounter between Diddy and Usher's mom." Now, in case y'all are wondering, the exact STD Diddy infected Usher with, well, I think we might have an idea, because back in 2017, Usher was sued by a woman who claimed he infected her with herpes. According to her, Usher exposed her to herpes during their encounters, and that he didn't tell her that he had been diagnosed with herpes in 2009. She claims she tested positive after experiencing symptoms and reading online reports about Usher's alleged diagnosis. What's even more disturbing is that Usher isn't the only minor that Diddy has been accused of. It's been alleged for years now that Justin Bieber
And
was
you see how Diddy had Justin Bieber in that headlock, in that freak off headlock.
Diagnosis. What's even more disturbing is that Usher isn't the only minor that Diddy has been accused of. It's been a
Look at that freak off headlock right there. That looks like a headlock that he's holding Justin Bieber saying, "Look, motherfucker, if you ever tell what I've done to you, if you ever tell anyone that I've nailed you to the cross, pure survival, you will be unalived." Look how why he biting his lip? Like he got his, like, look at him. Why is he holding that boy so tight like that, pure survival, trying to strangle him on stage like that? That is a warning shot. That's a warning shot. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, Usher's mom need to back up, go somewhere and sit down. Justin, because it's going to come out.
reading online reports about Usher's alleged diagnosis. What's even more disturbing is that Usher isn't the only minor that Diddy has been accused of. It's been alleged for years now that Justin Bieber was also a victim of Diddy. Just like Usher, Justin was 15 when he started hanging out with 40-year-old Diddy. Diddy was even out here promising Justin a Ferrari when he turned 16 and a whole mansion when he turned 18.
As soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you rock this every time. This will be yours. Again, when you get 18, you get the house. Get the mansion.
And it's different levels. That's why Diddy said then when you turn 18, you can get the mansion. So you give me those cakes now, you can get the car. And then when you get older, it's the next level. You can get the mansion.
I'm saying I'm gonna let you rock this every time. This will be yours. Again, when you get 18, you get the house. Get the mansion.
From the video, you can clearly see Justin was confused and very nervous as to why this grown man who he barely knows is willing to throw millions at him for nothing. After this, Justin stopped hanging out with Diddy, but they later met up in the studio and Justin looked really scared after Diddy asked him why he stopped hanging out with him. He was shaking and stuttering the whole time.
You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out. Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But you never really got my number, so. Correct. Okay. Remember? Yeah. My number. Yeah.
Now going back to Usher, Diddy's ex-bodyguard Gene Deal, who has been relentlessly exposing Diddy for years now, recently revealed in an interview with Art of Dialogue that Mace and Usher know way more about Diddy than they're revealing, because they used to live with him and saw some really wild stuff.
Man, there's a lot of stuff that Mace and Usher know that they ain't telling about Diddy.
Wow, you hear that? Gene Deal, Diddy's ex-bodyguard. Gene Deal and Gene Deal's clip-on kneecaps. He has clip-on kneecaps. He had to get his legs removed, but those kneecaps, his brand new ones, don't nobody got nothing on his brand new kneecaps. Gene Deal could run up walls, all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? But Gene Deal's clip-on kneecaps said that it's things about Diddy that Usher would never tell. And that's why Justin Bieber's pissed. Because Justin Bieber want him to tell, but Usher would never tell.
Saw some really wild stuff.
Man, there's a lot of stuff that Mace and Usher know that they ain't telling about Diddy. There's a lot of stuff that they know. Can you imagine, bro? Can you really imagine?
What you mean by Usher, though?
Usher used to stay with Diddy, too, when he was younger.
According to Gene, Diddy was doing crazy things with Usher, and at one point, they had to rush Usher to the hospital. He even went as far as to naming the exact hospital that Usher was rushed to.
Puff and Usher did have a situation. And that situation led Usher to the hospital. Now, I let Usher explain that to y'all. I let Usher tell that story. Let Usher mama explain that to you.
Wow.
And
he said, let Usher's mother explain that. Instead of coming out threatening to sue 50 Cent, why don't you explain your son getting put in the hospital allegedly by Diddy, ripping his cakes? Shout out to Stacy Burlock, just said pure survival and hit that super chat. You know what I'm saying? Ask Usher's mom about that, guys. She want to sue somebody.
The hospital that Usher was rushed to.
Puff and Usher did have a situation. And that situation led Usher to the hospital. Now, I let Usher explain that to y'all. I let Usher tell that story. Let Usher mama explain that to you. And the hospital was in Scarsdale, New York.
But Gene was not done with Usher just yet. He also put Usher on blast for not speaking up against Diddy and allowing him to get away with the things that he's done, despite knowing the kind of person that Diddy is. He said he acknowledges the fact that Usher is a victim, but doesn't respect the fact that Usher has decided to remain quiet and continue to speak highly of Diddy, knowing everything he knows.
But how dare you say a man that grouped you, you gonna give him a pass? And a lot of more people know didn't do you right when you was at Diddy camp. Y'all put it together.
Wow.
And what you mean by Diddy camp?
Remember?
Diddy camp.
He was on one of the talk shows, the white
Diddy camp. Smash that like button, guys. You know what I'm saying? This is just crazy, man. Usher need to take responsibility. You know what I'm saying? And his mom need to just stay out of it. Like, stay out of it like you did his whole life. And just get the money that you was getting. You know what I'm saying? Why are you speaking up now?
TMZ just dropped this exclusive bombshell straight from Beyonce's Oscars after party. Justin and Usher went at it in a fist fight. These two already unfollowed each other on social media months ago, but now we see exactly why the beef exploded. Usher was the one who introduced Justin to Diddy back in the day, and he stood right there watching while Justin got passed around at those wild Diddy parties. Now Justin's finally facing everything that happened, but Usher doesn't want to hear a single word of it. Justin's holding stories that could blow the lid off everything, and insiders say they're scrambling hard to keep his mouth shut. This beef is...
They're scrambling hard to keep Justin Bieber's mouth shut. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like everybody, we must stand with Justin Bieber, because now we got other people that's coming out. They're trying to quiet this whole thing. They're trying to sugarcoat the reason why Justin Bieber and Usher got into this fight. You know what I mean? But even Justin Bieber's team said it's because Usher did not stand up for him. And Usher definitely put him in that position and knew what was happening and is still getting money off of him. Justin Bieber's own team said this. So you think I care about what Usher's mom is saying? And I hope 50 Cent really comes out with this documentary, because she's mad at 50 Cent. She mad.
A report in the Daily Mail claims that Usher, pop star Usher, feels underappreciated by his former mentee, Justin Bieber. Why has Justin Bieber distanced himself from Usher? There's a picture of the pair of them at the moment that's gone viral where 50 Cent has had some words to say. I won't repeat it here, Kinsey, because we could get sued, but there are all sorts of unsavory allegations flying around.
Well, sources tell the Daily Mail that Bieber and Usher clashed at an Oscars party recently with Justin's camp, someone anonymously stressing that Usher did not protect Justin Bieber. When he
You hear that? Justin Bieber's camp. Okay, so this is not allegedly. Somebody out of Justin Bieber's camp said that Usher, your son, did not protect him. Your son did not protect Justin Bieber, ma'am. Protect him from what? Y'all answer that question.
Bieber and Usher clashed at an Oscars party recently with Justin's camp, someone anonymously stressing that Usher did not protect Justin Bieber when he introduced him into the world as a child pop star. Whether from a moral perspective or a financial perspective, maybe both, we're not certain, but Justin has struggled with his mental health as an adult and seems to resent a lot of the original team.
Yes, I think 50 Cent knows a little bit about this, and I do wonder whether there'll be another documentary on these sorts of issues that we're touching on. Now, Sag Harbor Police have released body cam footage.
Remember that
Justin
another documentary. I want to see the Justin Bieber and Usher and Diddy's documentary. I hope to God that 50 Cent actually put that out. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that 50 Cent gets Justin Bieber to talk on the documentary. And they probably talked about it. You know what I'm saying? And that's probably another reason why Justin Bieber's mad at Usher. We got a chance to get with 50 Cent and do a whole documentary and expose Diddy and other people, and you don't want to say nothing. Protect him from the Buns monsters. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Poison Puppet. Her lineup is in the middle. Didn't Justin do the same as Usher? They were some of the original survivors from these. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yep. Being passed around like fake checks. That's crazy. This lady needs to back to the wow. Yes, she definitely do. The parents cash out and took the money and brought them big houses, big cars, all of that. Shout out to Boss Queen. That's a fact. He needs to protect Daddy Diddy. Right. It's a man. There is, oh, you talking about the one with the surgery lips, Cherry? There is one small difference. Usher is a predator and Justin Bieber is a victim. Yeah, because Usher, yeah, that's what it's looking like right now. Usher was a victim once upon a time, but once he became one of those vampires, he decided to go down the predatory sector. And instead of protecting the victims and speaking out against them, you know, he became one of them. He sleeps upside down. You got to have garlic around Usher. You're right, Sado. You have to have garlic around Usher. No, he's not keeping his mouth shut because he had a child. Smash that like button. Thank you so much, sweetheart. His name, James. I know it. Once you have a child, that brings you back to when you were a child. Wow. This is just crazy, man. Yes, we got to have the garlic. Sorry to all the victims. Jazzy Creation, you are right. I never thought Usher would be a predator. I mean, I didn't either. And I'm saying, if Usher came out and told the truth, like I would like give him some kind of pass to where I'm like, okay, at least he wants to do the right thing right now. I can't give him no type of, sympathy thing far as being the adult not telling. Now, when he was a kid, yeah, that's something different. But, the fact that you got Justin willing to say, yo, the same thing happened to me. Come on, let's just tell. Let's come forward. And the fact that Usher don't want to, and he still keeps hanging with Russell Simmons and Russell Simmons yoga pants. Russell Simmons yoga pants stand up by themselves. those yoga pants get up and walk around like without Russell Simmons' body inside of the yoga pants. The yoga pants is just walking around, probably clapping cheeks and everything. Those freak off yoga pants, you know. Y'all remember when Cardi B balls was shown in a picture and they had deleted the picture? Oh, Cherry Bay. Oh my God, it's funny as hell. She said Cardi B had balls. You almost made me drop my phone. Like literally, look, T Eagles cracking up. Find the missing children. Yes, children have been buried on Epstein Island. It's just a mess, man. It's just so much, guys. So much. Yeah, I mean, we got your. Deborah said you funny. Not the balls. Yes, she said Cardi B had nutsack. A picture that caught her nutsack, and they took the picture down. I don't know if it could be. Guy and Elise just hit that super chat. We won't ever hear the real truth and good. Wow. You might be right. Rochelle got in trouble. Saw was coming. He bounced quickly. He in Bali forever. Oh yeah, Russell. I said Rochelle. I'm sorry. Yeah, Russell Simmons knew he was about to go down. Justin and Usher are still doing all right, so it's crazy. Yeah, man, listen, but Justin wants to tell. It's a difference. Like he wants to release himself. He wants to release himself. You know what I mean? Let me see something. Look at this. Oh my God. Yeah. But yes, guys, I'll be back later on, man. Like, I just had to say something to Usher's mom because, she's allegedly threatening to sue 50 Cent. And 50 Cent only said what we all believe. When you look at that picture with Justin Bieber and Usher fighting, it looked like he's saying, why did you take me to get my cheeks clapped and get nailed to the cross by Diddy Glover? Pure survival.